Previously on Willowmist Emporium. Whoa! Yo, she's upside down!
Ta-da! I want to become the most famous internet idol ever. Oh, right, of course. I should have guessed. And, if you help me with it, I'll promote the store. It's a win-win for both of us, don't you think?
What do you mean, It's not like I came back because I missed you or anything. Is that the truth?
Hello, my ghostlings! Ghost Winnie is here.
She pulled another pose, making a star symbol with her hands out in front of her. How do you make a star symbol? Wait. How do you make a star symbol in front of you? You felt an inexplicable pull, like a magnetic draw urging you to stand. Okay, you got to your feet and the swirling leaves followed you, as if you were commanding them. Which you weren't, as far as you were aware. The closer you got, the more temperature seemed to drop, and the leaves twirling around you began to glow. Cautiously, you reached out and brushed your fingers against the smooth wood of the dresser, your heart pounding. It was icy to the touch, much colder than you would have expected. With a deep breath, you pulled open the drawer. Everybody, and welcome back to AlienLegend, and welcome back to Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities. This time, I really want to finish the demo, which I think is going to be a week long. I'm guessing. I didn't look up anything. I'm guessing. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll do 2 more episodes of this. I'm hoping to do this one and then 1 more at least until the end, because I feel like there's 1 more character that we haven't met yet, and I'm curious as to as to who they are, what they're like, and all that other stuff. Especially since everyone here is somewhat fanciful. Because Emmett, I swear, he got something, and I'm still curious about that one too. I guess the only somewhat non-fanciful one is Florian, but I'm pretty sure he's like a vampire or something. He got something. I don't know. He's just a antisocial guy right now, but I don't know. Everyone else has some. So, we're going to go load up this game. And it's actually a proper intro for episode. I enjoyed kind of like the as you can see, I haven't done anything else. I kind of enjoyed having it like non-intros, I guess. But I don't know, I guess I missed it. And I can't play like I did that time where I was there for like 3 to 4 hours. So, can't do that, but we're going in it. The sing-songy chirping of a group of small blue birds on your windowsill woke you from your sleep, and sat up and yawned, stretching out your shoulders with a pop. I did actually just finish stretching, and I felt popping, but it wasn't in my shoulders. I swear, I'm sorry, I'm old. I'm sure that's not meant to pop. Exactly. Rubbing your blurry eyes, memories of last night suddenly resurfaced. Filled with alarm, you searched out the book you found, and noticed that there was nothing on your table anymore. Yes, please watch the last one, because it ended wild. Maybe I'm fanciful too. Was that all a dream? God, I need to stop watching TV or something. Abruptly, a book fell onto your lap as if someone had dropped it. A very familiar leather-bound book. Okay. Does this place have a second ghost or something? Absent-mindedly, you began to flick through the pages, but instead of being greeted with a journal like you expected, you found strange, intricate drawings, almost like sigils. It looked old, but incredibly well kept, and you couldn't read a word of it. See, I read better when I'm not recording for hours. You flicked to the front and to the bottom corner of the page, and at the bottom, I said I could read, and then I just... You flicked to the front, and in the bottom corner of the page was a single word, or in this case, a name. Marigold. That's my last name, right? That's family last name? Is this Aunt Sylvie's? Just what is going on around here? Ghosts and nice, sure, but people around here are different. Does that mean she was too? I kind of feel like yes. The answer is yes. She might be a witch or something. Hold on. It did make sense to you, kind of. Your aunt was a little strange in a curious way. Okay, Mr. Book. I'm going to leave you here, but I'll come back to you later tonight, I promise. There's no need to follow me around the store, alright? I've got work to do, but trust me, you and I have a date tonight, alright? Don't go anywhere. You set the leather-bound book carefully on your desk, taking note of exactly where you leave it. All you wanted to do at that moment was find answers, but instead you turned to your door. There was work to be done. Inventory needed sorting, bills to be paid, and customers waiting to come spend their hard-earned money. And talk to you, apparently, since that's what your aunt did. Helped people. The one thing that has interested me is the fact that your Aunt Sylvie had kept saying that Florian needs rest, meaning that he doesn't sleep or something. Which is funny because he's there all night, but he's not there. Like, he can sleep in the mornings, right? That's at least what my brain is saying, that he just sleeps in the daytime and then comes around in the afternoon, then, works until whenever he leaves. But I don't know. And what's this? You pulled out a purple drawstring bag from a box. It looked to be made of velvet or something similar, or something similarly plush. You tug open the strings and found nothing. And inside the inside was so dark you couldn't see anything at all. It almost looked bottomless. But that wasn't possible, was it? Avase! Oh no. Okay, a luck check. Oh, I'm nervous about a luck check. I was about to say, because I would want to drop something in it. Like, maybe put it, like, a broomstick or something in it to see if it actually, instead of my hand, but, oh, I saved it right before this. If I die, I die. Or if my arm gets taken, I guess that's just what's gonna happen. 7. With a bonus of 2, yeah, 7. Carefully, you reach inside the bag all the way to your elbow, despite the bag being only about half as deep. But you didn't find anything at all in the hidden depths of the bag. Aunt Sylvie really does own the weirdest things. You carefully place the bag aside, then turn back to your work. I'm not gonna lie, I really do enjoy this game. I wanna kind of, maybe, I don't know, I might play it with you guys, or I might do it on my own when it comes out. It's not out yet, it's only the demo. You begin searching through your aunt's collection. Oh, that's cute! And find a fish-shaped side table. That is actually cute. Okay, common, I don't care. Quality, poor. That's not good. But still, I like weird oddities, especially for my house, okay? I would actually put that in my house. You had just stepped away from the counter to grab lunch when the door opened, and Florian came waltzing in, covered once again with his sunglasses and bucket hat. Florian! Now he's in his work gear. Hey. How are you feeling? Did you get some sleep? The deep-set bags under his eyes didn't look very promising. I'm fine enough to work. That didn't answer my question. Well, if you say so, but you should think about going to see a doctor or something if this continues. Didn't I tell you to stop worrying about me? Yeah, but no one said I had to listen. Good day, Sir Florian. Pray, forgive my intrusion, but might I inquire about this peculiar contraption you have hanging from your pocket? I have never seen its like before. Lucille stepped over from the side of the store, helmet under arm. She gestured toward a pair of headphones connected to Florian's phone, which was half hanging out of his pocket. It's a pair of headphones. Headphones? A peculiar name. I have heard of a phone owning to Lady Sylvie, but not these headphones.
They're tiny mini phones that you put into your ears and they put the screen in your brain.
Winnie popped up from out of nowhere, grinning at Lucille. That is not... I mean, eventually, probably, but that is not what they do now. Is that so? What? No, she's bullshitting you. They're just like speakers. You have to be careful or the tiny phones will invade your ears and take over your mind. That is quite terrifying, Lady Lenona. I'm not gonna be able to say her name. I'm gonna have to get used to it. I'm so used to Winnie. I believe I will keep my distance from these headphones. I'm telling you, she's lying. Look, you listen to music through them. Florian held the headphones out to Lucille, who raised a hand. My warmest thanks, but I believe it best to let my ears remain free of such intrusions. Why do you never listen to me? She's playing a trick on you. I do not believe Lady Winona would lead me astray. Ooh. And I would? I'm sorry, Winnie. And it's mostly for Lucille's sake. I don't want her to fear tech. I don't want her to fear what doesn't need to be feared, okay? They're really just listening to music. Winnie's messing with you. Really, they're just for listening to music. You might like them. Thank you, Allie. But if that is truly the case, there is plenty of music to hear without using technology I do not understand. The singing of birds, the rustling of leaves. I believe I will make do for now. Man, I'm tired of this shit. I agree. Perhaps a caffeinated beverage would be of assistance, Sir Florian. I shall go fetch you one. Allie? I get a cold drink, like I do have right now, because why not? That will be no problem. Lady Winona, I apologize that I cannot offer you a beverage too.
It's okay, Lucy. I'll just enjoy it from afar.
You really don't need to. I shall be back post-haste. At that, Lucille left out the front door, a spring in her step. Probably mostly running. Or at least fast walking.
I'm gonna keep practicing. Bye-bye, lazy bones.
Winnie floated back up and through the ceiling. You weren't sure you'd ever get used to that. Seriously though, are you doing alright? It's just some personal shit. Has nothing to do with work. Alright, but don't overwork yourself too much, yeah? Actually, I'm glad we have a second alone. I wanted to talk to you. Why? I guess you're kind of the person I know best in town. Why? I'm not the kind of person that people confide in. I disagree. You're really easy to talk to. What is it? I found something. Congratulations. Would you prefer a ribbon or a medal? Is both an option? No. Damn. You got me all excited for no reason. But seriously, it was. I woke up in the middle of the night and there was a tornado in my room. Right, a tornado in your room. Dude, with all the weird thing that happened here, you should not be surprised. You're not taking me seriously right now. No shit. You're telling me there was a tornado in your room. Okay, listen. Not a tornado exactly, but a lot of wind and leaves, and they were swirling around me. And they led me to a book. A book I can't read, but that doesn't matter right now. As soon as I touched it, it all disappeared. What's going on here? Are you an idiot or something? Whoa, where's that coming from? And yeah, probably. I told you, this town is full of all kinds of people. That includes your aunt. There's probably a reason she wanted you to come take over. She always has her reasons. She just never actually tells anyone about them. I think she gets off on leaving people confused. That actually makes sense. It's just a week ago. If you told me that ghosts and time-traveling knights and magic books existed, I would call you crazy. Now I'm just meant to accept all of it? I don't know. You're doing a pretty good job of it. Am I? Do you like Winnie and Lucille? Of course, they're both great. So who cares if they're a little different? And what about me? Maybe you're a little different too. Does it matter? Well, no, but it's just kind of tossing everything and I thought I knew to the wind, like, Yeah, well, that's life. One day you're a normal person doing normal shit, and the next everything's turned upside down without your permission. Florian, that sounds like something that you're going through right now. Do you want to talk about it? Speaking from experience? I don't know what you're talking about. If you say so. Seriously though, you could talk to me, Florian. Like, you're the only, well, you and Emmett, but you're the only one in this building that I feel like won't open up to me. Like, I can talk to you, but you won't talk to me, and I'm just saying that you can, okay, my guy, just saying. Anyway, thanks, Florian. I guess I just have to be open-minded. I mean, I can't just not believe any of it's true, seeing as the evidence is right in front of my face. You can't wash away fighting off a tornado in your bedroom. Or wish away. It wasn't like that! My apologies for the wait, my friends. What wait? You were gone for all of 5 minutes! A midday jog helps me clear my mind. Please, enjoy. She placed down a small tray on the counter with 3 drinks carefully tucked into it. You quickly took yours, glad for it, and Lucille picked up something floral smelling. What have you got there? The shopkeep called it a white berry forest tea. I will admit I have not yet tried such a thing, but I tend to keep away from coffee. Me too. I said you didn't have to get me anything. It would be unbecoming of a knight to offer a drink to Allie and not you, Sir Florian. Please. I'm not thirsty. Truly? Then I apologize. I did not mean to make you uncomfortable. It's not... With a grumble, Florian picked up his drink. It smelled like strong, dark, rich coffee. There, are you happy now? I've got work to do. With that, he took off, coffee in hand. Is he always so pleasant? If by pleasant you mean acts as if some knave had defiled his morning gruel, then yes. Sir Florian has been rather somber from the moment we met, some months ago now. Well, I guess even Grumpy is charming in its own way. I'm sure he has his reasons. That is true. If I were to speak my mind, I would say he holds little belief in himself, unfortunately, though I do not know the circumstances that have led him to think like that. Regardless, under his solemn exterior, he is full of kindness. Okay, question. Is betting a ghost to scare me friendly? I feel like my perception is skewed. Because I want to say it is, but at the same time, just, I don't know, I want to say this one, but I feel like I personally wouldn't say this. Honestly, everyone here is great. Yeah, he is. So are you, and Winnie, Vivi, and Quinn too. Everyone's been really nice to me ever since I got here. Even Emmett, kinda. Although I swear he's possessed or something. I like the possession idea. Because the other idea is Dr. Drift is alright. Now that is enough idle rest. I must take my watch and secure the perimeter of this establishment. Wait, you barely had a break. You were running an errand. Though my respite? Is that respite? Someone help. Was brief, the call of duty is constant. I would not delay in safeguarding you in this story. Lucille bowed low to you before leaving out the front door once again. Did she take your drink at least? Back to work, I guess. Lucille, make sure you stay hydrated.
Okay, everyone sit in a circle. Florian, sit here. Lucy, come sit next to me. Allie, sitting there. Perfect.
Why do I have to get involved with this?
Ahem. Everyone, let me welcome you to the Willowmist Emporium's inaugural,
I can never say that word either.
book club meeting.
Okay. Bravo, Lady Winona. A wonderful introduction. I don't even read books. Can I go?
No, you can't go. You said you'd be a member.
Only because you forced me to.
I did no such thing. And anyway, you've got nothing else to do.
I actually work here, you know. I have a job, unlike some people.
Well, I work plenty.
Yeah? On what?
On things you don't even understand.
Like what? I've got all day. You can explain.
Well, like, stuff.
Florian raised his eyebrow.
Anyway, you're not getting out of this that easily. We're having a book club meeting and you're going to enjoy it.
Facts. I had to get a drink. Lady Winona is right. Master Florian, this is a wonderful opportunity for us to all enjoy ourselves and partake in the arts. I, for one, am looking forward to this. It's been a while since I've sat down with a book, and I've never been in a book club before. Hear, Allie. I do have a great fondness for literature myself. God save me.
Now, first on the agenda is picking our very first book. To make it fair, everyone can suggest a book, and then we'll vote.
Florian raised his hand.
Yes, Florian?
Can I suggest How to Escape a Book Club?
Is it a real book?
No.
Then no. Think a bit harder. My suggestion is this.
Winnie pointed to a magazine that was sitting on the front counter. It was a little trashy, with articles about how to lose 10 pounds overnight and other nonsense. Seriously? That's a magazine. It's not even a good one.
It's a book. It's got pages. And the author worked very hard, so don't insult their work, mister.
I have no obligations to Lady Winona's suggestion. However, I would like to suggest something I have been meaning to read for a very long time. If I may, Lady Winona.
Sure, Lucy.
Lucille stood up and walked behind the counter, and a moment later returned holding a very large, very dusty book. It was massive, the kind of tome you would see in a museum, not a book club. On the cover were the words, "The Chronicle of the 27.5 Years War," in bold letters. Oh, dear God. That's not even a book anymore. That could kill a man. Wait. I'm gonna mention that next time Florian comes up. How many pages is that thing? Over 4,112. The rest are appendices. It shan't take us more than 2 weeks to read it. You can't be serious.
Appendices? Aren't those things meant to be in your body?
I think that's an appendix. Wait, so am I saying it wrong? There is much to be learned from this tome on the art of war and peace. I believe it would be a wonderful experience. Are you sure this isn't a torture club? I guess that depends on what we do with the book.
Any more suggestions?
I'm fine with anything. We can always change it later, right?
Alright, then all in favor of Lucy's book?
Winnie, Lucille, and you raise your hands. Florian just sighed and shook his head. Fantastic. I'll just start digging my grave now. You may find, Master Florian, that the work is more engaging than you anticipate if you go in with an open mind. For now, I will begin drafting study questions for our next meeting. Wait, there's study questions in book clubs? I seriously did not sign up for homework. I didn't know that there were study questions in book clubs. I'm sad, and but at the same time happy I've never been in one. I'm sure it's not that bad. Lucille, pass me the book for a second. Let me try to read it. Of course, Allie. Please, take your time. Yeah, how are we all going to read this book too, actually, now that I think about it? She passed the book over and you nearly fell from your seat because of the weight. You pulled it into your lap and opened it to a random page. Oh, dear God. Oh my God, now they have all the stuff on me now. Okay. Oh, I got 11. Yes. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? I might have spoken too soon. This is a little hard to get through. Is this even in English? It is indeed. However, the dialect is archaic. I imagine it may prove a challenge, but a challenge is the only way to truly improve oneself, is it not? Lucille's spitting facts, but I'm scared of this book.
Did you hear that, Florian? You might learn some new words.
Keep talking to me and I'll teach you some new words. Ooh, scary. Florian is so scary. Winnie stuck her tongue out and then suddenly stood up, clapping her hands.
Well, I think that's everything. We can all take turns reading the first chapter, and then we'll see each other for our second meeting later.
Finally. I look forward to our continued literary pursuits.
Meeting adjourned.
I saw one customer and I sold the owl plate to Quinn for $43. I know I can talk. It's a little past 5 p.m. and you're sweeping a few stray leaves from the floor when the door pushes open once again. Greetings, Sir Emmett. You have arrived at a most fortuitous time. Sir Florian and I were just debating whether Allie would neglect to pay the bills or not this week. Excuse me? You're not supposed to tell anyone that. It was just between us. Oh, so that's how it is, Florian. Do I look that forgetful? Do you want me to answer that honestly? Now I'm not sure. Emmett adjusted his glasses, pushing them up from the center with his fingertips. No bills will go unpaid while I am still contracted. What's that supposed to mean? Everything would fall apart if I fired you? I didn't say that, but you're free to assume what you will. It's been a minute since Emmett's been here. Careful, if you speak to me so nicely, people will think you actually enjoy my company. My apologies. We wouldn't want that, would we? Now, I'll set up my computer at the counter, and we can go through your books together. I did bring my own laptop if that made things easier. It would stop me from having to come and assist you every week, yes. Miss Marigold never did have any interest in technology. Okay, so last time we did a few heart ones, and I kind of want to do it again just to tease him. Because it's like, I don't, why is he so different from that time at at Quinn's place? I forgot what his place is called. Why is he so different? It makes me want to poke and prod until I figure out what happened. So, yes, we're hanging out with you. Aw, and miss hanging out with you? Perish the thought. I would be happy to show you how to digitize your accounting yourself. And then there would be no need for me to come here every week. Boo. You would save money, and I would save time. That sounds like a win-win to me, from business owner to business owner. But what about your wonderful company? It could be used on another client, I assure you. Fine, it's upstairs. Should I bring it down? Upstairs is adequate. A quieter location might be a good idea. Emmett looked sideways to where Florian and Winnie were currently discussing a new movie that had just been released, and then towards Lucille, who was sharpening her sword. Probably a good idea. The two of you headed upstairs and into your apartment. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. Home sweet home. Can I get you something to drink? A coffee would be fantastic, thank you. I crouched down to look at the back of your aunt's You crouched down to look at the backs of your aunt's cupboard. There were around a dozen different kinds of tea in beautiful little embossed tins with handwritten labels. Your aunt's handwriting. It sure looked like it. Pushing those aside, you found what looked like a 20-year-old container of instant coffee. Fair warning, I think this coffee is older than I am. Would you expect anything less from the owner of an antique shop? Touché. I'm just saying, if you get poisoned, please don't sue me. All I have to pay you with is buttons and pocket lint. I can't say a client has tried to pay me with pocket lint before, but I've been known to accept buttons on occasion. Is that a joke, Emmett? Hold on, he's joking. He's joking with us. I see the smile. You peered up at him. He'd sat down at your kitchen table at some point, scrutinizing his face. Seriously? No. Why would I accept buttons? It was a joke. Wow, it's actually kind of impressive how you can keep a completely straight face while joking. I thought maybe you worked with a button factory. I do, but they pay me by direct deposit. You do? No, there's no button factories anywhere near Willowmist. Yo. Alright, wise guy. How am I meant to know when you're joking, huh? You stood up quickly, pouring both Emmett and yourself a cup of the maybe, perhaps, kinda out-of-date instant coffee. Here's hoping it's still drinkable. You handed him the cup and placed your own down at the spot beside his, then collected your laptop, which was still open to Winnie's idol page. A fan of idols? I wanna say I wanna joke with him. I wanna joke with him. I used to be an idol back in the day. Is that so? Yep. Big into singing, dancing, all that. And you decided to pack it all up and move to the countryside to sell antiques. Well, the spotlight isn't for everyone. I just shine too brightly. It's fortunate you have something to fall back on if this doesn't work out then. Putting aside the non-work talk, please navigate to this website and download the software. I will give you a license to use it under my business. Emmett pulled out his own laptop, then showed you the download page for some piece of accounting software, which you promptly downloaded. Have you ever used a program like this before? What if I say I had? I would inquire whether you were lying or not. Okay, I haven't. Really, I'm new to all of this. Any guidance you can give me is appreciated. Just make sure to put some time aside every weekend for paying bills. Got it. My weekends are about to go crazy. So I just click here to find my bills? No, over here. He went over again, and you couldn't help but notice the scent of his cologne. It was almost floral. In fact, if you had to pinpoint this way it smelled, maybe sparkly? Distracted, your hand brushed against his, and for a split second, time seemed to pause. Emmett quickly pulled his hand back and cleared his throat before continuing on like nothing happened. Yes, just there. Click on that tab, and it will show you an overview of your pending payments for the week. Ah, right, I got this. Thanks, Emmett. From here on, it should be straightforward. However, since it's your first time, I'll stick around and assist you with filling in some sales data from the book downstairs. Really? That's awfully kind of you. At that, he let out a rare laugh. I'm paid by the hour, Allie. I wouldn't call it kindness. Oh, I see. Looking to fill up your bank account, huh? That's the point of running a business, yes. I appreciate the help nonetheless, even if it comes from a selfish place. Want another coffee before we start? Numbers boy. Numbers boy? You like numbers, don't you? Yes, I suppose so. And no, one of those coffees was enough to last me a lifetime, thank you. If I never have to drink another, it will still be too soon. I'll grab the book then. Feel free to make yourself comfortable. You headed back downstairs, then spent the next several hours going through the handwritten records your aunt left, plus your recent additions. Fortunately, just as Emmett said, it was a rather simple task, just very time-consuming. Okay. Do I have to do them? No? Okay. My money is still the same, though. And done. Well, that was fun. It was, yes. Okay, now I'm the one who was joking. I think I'll leave all the numbers to you. That much is obvious. I had to stop you from entering the wrong amount at least a dozen times. Hey, I'm learning. Does that mean if this doesn't work out, I won't be getting an... Wait, does that mean if this doesn't work out, I won't be getting an apprenticeship at your accounting firm? Spend a few more years studying, and then maybe you'll have a chance. At an interview. Well, dang. Wow. What's the point of knowing anyone if you can't even get a job through nepotism? I believe that a friendship is required for nepotism to work. Are you saying you don't want to be my friend, even though I'm so effortlessly charming, witty, and funny? I do not have time for friendships, Miss Marigold, so I apologize, but a nepotistic position at my company is not likely. That's not how it seemed when I bumped into you the other night. When you... What do you mean? At the Silver... That's what it was. At the Silver Oak. You were there? Am I that forgettable? You were sitting a few tables away from me. Lucille and I were leaving when you told me I was doing a great job with the store and you wanted to see me again. Are you a time traveler or something? I don't know. What's going on? Is this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? Are you possessed by a demon? Should I get an exorcist? What is going on? Were you drunk? And then you asked me out to dinner. I believe you're confusing me with someone else. Nope, it was definitely you. Lucille saw you too. So that's a no to hanging out. It's late. I believe that our time is up. I will bill Miss Marigold directly for our session. He stood hastily, and the sound of wood scraping against wood echoed through the small room as he threw back his chair and began quickly putting all of his papers and laptop back in his briefcase. Then maybe we could... I should really be on my way. Good night, Allie. Don't forget to brush your teeth tonight. Brush my... What? In a hurry, Emmett rushed out the door and down the stairs, leaving you staring at the empty spot where he'd been just a moment ago. Yeah, he was definitely either drunk, possessed, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Wait. No, probably not necessarily a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, because they remember what happened. Same thing with the Hulk, which also is another idea I had. Don't forget to brush my teeth. My teeth? What is he, my mother? Wait, what's that? A folded up piece of paper remained on the table. You unfolded it to see a letter addressed to Emmett. Resisting the urge to snoop, you instead folded it back up and then found your hands covered in sparkles. Oh, I was gonna read it. I was totally gonna skim it. What the? You brushed them off on your shirt, then touched the paper again. Once again covered in sparkles, despite the paper looking crisp and white. Emmett will probably want this. Taking the letter in hand, you dashed downstairs, hoping to get to him first. Where did he go? Nah. We're going to use the smarts check, because this is what I would do anyway. Check his business card. And I get an extra bonus. I got 12! Yes! That's high, right? You dug through your pocket and pulled out the business card Emmett had given to you a few days prior. Flipping it over, you found an address listed and quickly input it into your phone. There you are. Hopefully you live near your office. You set off on foot, walking through the darkened town. It was a clear night, and the sky was full of more stars than you could count. It was certainly different to back home, and would be so pretty. You were walking like this in search of Emmett, but slightly distracted by the sight above, when you heard a meow, then another, and another. Where's that coming from? Following the noise, you turned into a side street and saw a group of kittens huddled together and surrounding a certain man. Don't worry, I brought you food, so there's no need to get violent. There, eat. Emmett was crouched low to the ground, holding out a small white plate bordered with yellow ducks for the group of tiny cats. As the kittens meowed, and I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about this. You would be so flippin' cute. As the kittens meowed and ate, he stroked them gently, smiling. His normally serious face had been replaced by a softer expression. Well, I wasn't expecting to find my favorite numbers boy feeding strays. Ah! What are you doing here? As he spoke, his voice cracked and the kittens scattered, leaving the two of you alone in the dim moonlight. I wasn't following you for no reason. I promise I wasn't just following you. Okay, I suppose I did kind of follow you, but not for anything nefarious. You left something at the store. I just wanted to return it. Really, here. Sorry for spooking you. You held the letter out to him, and he finally stood up from his crouched position, dusting the dirt off his pants. He reached out and took the letter, carefully, as if not to tear it. Did you read it? I'm not as nosy as I look. Okay, I am. But this alley isn't. No, I didn't read it, I promise. Well, Emmett cleared his throat and adjusted his tie before tucking the letter away inside his jacket. I apologize for my prior rudeness. This was highly unprofessional of me. I'm not expecting you to be professional outside of your work hours. In fact, I think you could probably loosen up that tie a little, even during business. Do you like cats? I suppose you could say that. That's not a yes or a no. They're small and cute. He's blushing!
I was thinking this.
The little devil on my shoulder is telling me I need to go with the flow and click on it, but I don't know. And you like small, cause you. Okay, we're going to be nice. We're going to be nice another time. You like small and cute things? Is that a crime? No, it's just unexpected. I thought you were more interested in spreadsheets and auditing, not cats. Can a person not like multiple things? Of course. I'm just happy to know something new about you. Getting anything out of you is like talking to a brick wall. Why would you care? Do I need a reason to want to get to know someone? Emmett adjusted his glasses and stared at you for a few moments, as if he was waiting for the punchline. Okay, apparently I do. I'm new in town. I'd like to make some friends. Is that sufficient? I'm sure there's plenty of people around town who would be thrilled to be friends with you. Are you saying you're not thrilled to be friends with me? That's such a fucking... Wow. And that doesn't include you. I'm a busy man. I don't have time to hang out. Right. I remember. You have no time for friendship. So why were you feeding kittens then? A fair comment. Thank you for returning my letter, Miss Miracle, but it's late, and I really should be getting home now. You should too. Then how about letting me walk you home? There's no need for that. It is hardly a 10-minute walk from here. I know there's probably no need, but can I do it anyway? At that he sighed, and his shoulders dropped. Fine, if it makes you feel happy, that doesn't mean I consider us friends. two of you started walking through the dark streets. There was a cool breeze and you pulled your clothes tighter around yourself. Yeah, got to walk with him. I love these pictures! How about close acquaintances? We can start there. Great! You won't regret it. I totally didn't. Get excited. He smiled brightly and Emmett looked at you out of the corner of his eye. So, my close acquaintance, am I allowed to ask you something? If I asked you not to talk to me, you wouldn't do it, would you? I don't talk that much, do I? Emmett remained silent. Wow, ouch. Okay, I can't tell if you're joking or not. That's kind of terrifying. But okay, going back to the topic at hand. What was with you the other night? Seriously, I don't think I'm going crazy. I definitely saw you there. I was afraid you'd ask that. Fine, I'll tell you, but this will stay between us. My lips are sealed. I have a low alcohol tolerance. Huh? The normal, non-supernatural answer stunned you at first, and then you were surprised by by your own reaction. Why did you expect it to be something different? Because every single person that I've met up until now was odd in a good way, and I figured just like freaking Florian, who I still think is a vampire still, would be different. I figured everyone has something, okay? It makes sense. Wait, that's really it? Why would I lie to you about that? It's embarrassing enough to admit. I guess it's just so mundane. Like, compared to a ghost or a time-traveling knight? A what? What does that have to do with anything? Oh, don't worry about it. So you really were just drunk the other night? I called it! Wait a minute, I called it! Is this man drinking? Smoking? Something. On some hard liquor? Quinn, what do you serve here? I heard beer, but what else do you serve here that this man has had today? I first said he was drunk. What are you drinking? I said I wanted some. Quinn offered me some of his homemade cider, and I felt embarrassed to turn it down. It was only one drink, but that's all it takes. I apologize that you had to see me that way. Nah, it was funny. It was actually kind of adorable, seeing you act so nice, sweet, talkative. Adorable? A 31-year-old man is hardly adorable. And yet there you are. How strange. This is why I try to avoid alcohol. How much does it take to get you drunk exactly? Like, one sip? Please do not test that. You can tell me all that and then not follow up with a number. Emmett, where's the fun in that? God, I've already told you too much. Yes, even one sip will do it for me. It's not something I'm proud of. If it helps, I'm not much of a drinker either. That's what the early 20s are for. Now I'm old enough my bones are creaking. You can't be more than 25. Oh, are you complimenting me, my dear accountant? Trying to get on my good side? Hardly. I'm 26, actually. But you were close. I'm actually not. I actually am his age, so I just heard it. What are you doing out here in the middle of nowhere at 26? What's this I hear? Someone wants to get to know me? It's only simple curiosity. To tell you the truth then, I have no clue. You have no clue. I was getting a little burnt out working part-time jobs, and thought maybe some time away from the city would be good for me. Running the store was just a lucky opportunity. I haven't even seen my aunt since I was a kid. It would be like Miss Marigold to leave a near stranger in charge of her business. I don't think she had much of a choice. My grandparents passed away, and my mom, well, they don't talk for some reason. What about you? And you can't weasel out of my invasive questions this time. You asked first. I moved to town a few years ago. With your business? That came after. I arrived in this town with only the clothes on my back. Are you on the run? Don't tell me you're on the run from tax fraud. Please give me a little more credit than that. I'm just saying, someone who knows the system would have an easier time using it to their advantage. If I wanted to commit tax fraud, I wouldn't be caught. Exactly, so you're considering it. I can't believe I have to say this aloud. No, I have not considered committing tax fraud. Are you happy? Ecstatic. Why'd you move here then? It's complicated. I needed a new start, and I didn't have much else. This town just seemed quiet. I'd have to agree with that. My previous job was quite intensive. I lived within the same building as I worked and hardly had a day off. I didn't really have a life beyond that. When the opportunity presented itself, I took it to leave. Was it accounting related? Kind of. Were you an accountant for like a mob boss or something? Like mafioso accountant type thing? Should I be concerned? Thank you. That's very specific. Emmett suddenly stopped outside a small 2-story high apartment building. There looked to be a sign hanging out the front. Finch Advisory. What are you, some kind of workaholic? Yes, but I live above my practice. It's easier. Even if it was greatly unnecessary, thank you for getting me home. You really didn't have to. Seriously, you didn't. I know I didn't. I just wanted to. You're incredibly strange. Thank you. I did not intend it as a compliment. Well, I'm taking it that way. Unsurprising. Thank you for returning my letter and the walk. Good night, Miss Marigold. Thanks for letting me walk. Shoot, I felt like you were gonna just kick me out or something. It was nice though. I liked it. He gave you a curt nod and then walked towards the building before stepping in his doorway and suddenly fishing around in his briefcase. Just as you were about to turn around and head back to the store, Emmett cleared his throat, then walked back over to you before shoving something in your hand. A small card. You did already give me your business card, but now I have a spare. Thanks. I wrote my number on that one. Oh? 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 Sir. Oh? For emergencies only. My emergency is that I need a companion for breakfast tomorrow. Emmett pushed his glasses up before turning around and finally entering the building, leaving you to stand alone in the dark streets. The door closed behind him. Flipping over the card in your hand, you could see both a mobile number and a personal email address scrawled in messy, loose handwriting. Does this mean we're friends now? A click sounded through the empty street as a window was pulled open ever so slightly. No. Alright, Emmett. Alright. You're gonna be my friend eventually. Alright, I like Emmett and Florian. Okay, so far. Quinn is also cool, but again, I think Quinn is, I don't know, I already associate him with my aunt, so that probably ain't gonna work. And then it was shut again. With a smile, you pocketed the card and started on your way back to the store. Yes! Terms and conditions. I mean, that's the first part of every contract, right? Including a friendship contract. It made more sense in my head. I leveled up again! The shop floor was quiet when you entered. All the lights had been turned off, and only the faint glow from the moon illuminated the store. Florian didn't look to be around. Maybe he was cleaning in the storeroom, or maybe he'd finally accepted he was sick and needed to rest. Likely the former. You strode across the store, ready to head up the stairs. Allie, you have returned. Ah! Jesus, Lucille, what are you doing hiding in the dark? Hiding? A knight does not hide. I was merely keeping guard while waiting for your return. It's late. You should be home. In truth, I did attempt to head home earlier, but the town was too quiet. I feared leaving the store unguarded, so I intended to come back and check on you. Sir Florian informed me that you had gone out and not returned, and I grew concerned. Right. Emmett left something here, so I had to hunt him down. Thanks for coming to check on me, Lucille, but really, it's way outside your pay grade to have to guard me after hours. This is nothing about pay, Allie. I need no reward, only the knowledge that you are safe and well. Thanks, Lucille. I'm totally fine. In fact, we were talking and I walked Emmett home. I'm not sure how happy he was about the whole thing, but you know, maybe it's a thought that counts. A noble deed, no matter how small, is never wasted. Yeah, I guess that's true. It was kind of fun too. I got to mess with him. It was great. Lucille placed her helmet on her head, then brushed herself off. Well, if everything is in order, I will take my leave. Do not worry, I will not allow myself to be late tomorrow morning. She gave you another nod before heading out the front door and disappearing into the night. The sound of the bells chiming faded as the door closed, and once again the store was plunged into silence. You waited for a minute or two until you heard the sound of her footsteps growing distant, then locked the front door and started back up the stairs. Oh wait, Mr. Book, I almost forgot about that. Your room was much as you left it, cluttered with decades and decades of use. It wasn't quite home yet, but it was a nice change from the dingy apartment you'd called your own for the last few years. Wait a second. Where'd the book go? Oh my god. You quickly started searching around your desk, then under it, but it was nowhere in sight. Hey, book! Where'd you go? I know I didn't imagine you. No response. With a grumble, you began turning the room upside down in search of it. Under your bed, in the wardrobe, in every cupboard and drawer, but no matter how hard you searched, it seemed to be missing. Finally exhausted, you sat down at your desk and found it sitting on the surface, as if it had never gone missing in the first place. This book is a dick. You're messing with me, aren't you? With no response, though. With still no response. Though what would have been more surprising would have been getting a response, really. Alright then, book. Play difficult. See if I care. You picked it up and flicked through the pages. It was the same as before, page after page of sigils and writing in a script you couldn't read. One page at a time, you painstakingly searched from high to low for anything you could read. An hour later, you slammed the book down onto your desk, frustrated. Nothing. You wanted me to find you, didn't you? Why are you being so difficult now? At that moment, a cloud drifted lazily by in the star-filled sky outside, and the moon shone through your windows, casting a beam of light onto your desk. The light shone on the open book, and as if a switch had been flipped, the entire book began to glow. Yo, this book is too much for me. After a few moments, the glow faded, and when you looked again, the book was still there, sitting on your desk, but something had changed. Where before you saw plain used leather, now you saw beautiful gilded edges and intricate embossing. It looked like a piece of art more than a book, but suddenly it snapped closed, as if caught in a strong breeze. Ooh! Oh, well, I never. A voice echoed from the book, and slowly it began to float off the table, hovering just a few inches in the air. This is not what I expected. Which this game is good for, I guess. First, you ignore me for an entire day, as though I were some common dime-a-dozen grimoire. And now you have the goal to paw through my pages with all the delicacy of an ogre cracking walnuts. Appalling, simply appalling. This giving me Excalibur vibes. It's like, I'm so good, why are you treating me this way type of thing. I let out a long, suffering sigh. I was created by the finest scribes, imbued with the wisdom of dark mages long since reduced to dust. And this is how I'm treated? Handled like some sordid cookbook filled with pleasant recipes for root stew and boiled turnips? If a book could glare, you were sure the book was glaring at you at this moment. Well, have you anything to say for yourself, you crude, tome-mangling barbarian? You're a book. A book? A book? Why, you wretched, foul-mannered... Whoa. No need to get worked up. God, what am I saying to a book? How are you talking? I am far from a book. I am an archive of the ages, a collection of arcane lore, of I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the fact that this book is yelling at me. A repository of incarnations. So, a book. Oh, the sheer depths of your ignorance astound me. One would think even a mind of tragically mundane as yours could grasp such rudimentary concepts. And you must be a so-called wizard or witch or whatever tawdry moniker you humans are calling yourselves these days, yes? No, I'm just... And now you'll drool upon my pages, mutter incarnations with all the grace of a toad gargling mud. What a joy. I suppose there is a positive side to this. Soon you will likely turn yourself into a particularly stupid-looking beetle, and I will no longer have to deal with your ignorance. Though, truth be told, I doubt anyone would notice the difference. What's going on here? What is going on here is that you are an imbecile and an inconsiderate lot. You have been here, patiently awaiting a proper spellcast. I have been here, particularly awaiting a proper spellcaster for years, only to find myself stuck with some dim-witted oaf who doesn't have the common sense not to handle my pages with their sweaty, sticky fingers. Who, what, how are you? So, the peasant finally decides to address me as something other than a measly book. Congratulations truly on the progress. I am Barnabas the Magnificent, eternal chronicler of magic most high, a patron saint of archaic perfection, linguistic superiority in the grossly underappreciated art of proper book handling. Okay, Barnabas, something you sorely lack. You're a talking spellbook. Oh, certainly. If you wish to diminish my grandeur to the mere status of a talking book, then by all means, wallow in your simplistic understanding of the arcane. How someone like you is fit to be my master, I will never understand. The fates truly must despise me. I'm your master? That is how this works. I, the glorious and sublime Barnabas, was created by a powerful magician to assist her in the mastery of her craft. However, when she died, she bound me to her bloodline. Long have I been passed down from generation to generation, waiting for to find a master worthy of my knowledge. And somehow, despite all odds, I have ended up in the possession of a clueless dunderhead. He called me a dunderhead. I think you're getting confused. I'm not a witch or a wizard or whatever crazy fantasy you've got in that head pages of yours. Preposterous! Only a mage practitioner could open my pages, even if that magic practitioner is the least adept one ever to have lived. You know what? I think I'm going to put you away in a drawer. Put me away? As though I were some mere object? The audacity! Well, be my guest. At that you stood, walked across your room, and threw open the top drawer of your dresser. You stuffed him in there with your underwear and slammed it shut. How dare you! This is an affront to the very notion of my being. I say, let me out! Let me out immediately! You're a really cool book, aren't you? Just teleport out. Teleport? Am I not a mere parlor trick? I am an object of arcane beauty and a masterpiece of craftsmanship and... Yeah, you're a really cool talking book. Fine, have it your way. While you languish in your mundaneness, never to know the truth of your potential, I will begin reciting the first 500 volumes of the Great Encyclopedia Arcana. I swear, would it hurt him, or even do anything, if I punched it? Would it hurt it, if I punched it? Barnabas began to loudly, obnoxiously recite the contents of a series of books you've never heard of, despite your attempts to cover your ears. Finally, unable to take it any longer, you ripped open the drawer, pulled the book out, and placed it back on your desk. Instantly, Barnabas stopped. Alright, enough already. Look, I'm sorry, okay? You're a book! A talking book. It's a little overwhelming. A little overwhelming. Try having someone lick their fingers before flicking through your pages. My bad. The book sighed. Yes, it is very much your bad. Now listen here. Whether you and I like it or not, we are stuck together. I am yours and you are my master. Barnabas floated up into the air. It is now your duty to continue the line of marigold spellcasters and use the powers I have to offer you to become the most powerful being this town has ever seen. I'm not sure if I want to become some magical overlord. And why not? I was created by a mighty sorceress, and now she is dead. It is your destiny to continue her legacy. Look, I run an antique shop. That's kind of what takes up all of my time at the moment. Unless you have some spells in there that it makes me super successful and rich. Right, I keep the Give Me Vast Fortune spell right next to the one for turning people into beetles. You're really sarcastic for a book, you know. I have to be, considering my current circumstances. And as your new master, as you're my new master, I'm afraid the sarcasm is likely here to stay. Oh, goody. God, what's happening to my life right now? I'll have you know, I was flipping burgers a week ago. A burger flipper? Ugh, no wonder you handled me so roughly. I've spent years and years in the care of some of the most talented wizards and witches in history, and I'm handed over to a grease-stained fry cook. Oh, the shame. Look, Barnabas, we're not getting anywhere here. Why don't you tell me a little more about yourself? If we get to know each other, maybe we can get along better. Oh, so now you wish to know about me. Excellent, social grace master. The book cleared its throat? Okay. As I told you before, I am the great and magnificent Barnabas, codex to the once magnificent marigold line. Sorry. Why did my aunt never tell me about you? How should I know? She was always a rather distant woman, and left me to grow dusty in the shelves. A true crime. And you've always been a book? Of course. I am the sum of all the magic ever recorded by the Marigold family. Every spell, every enchantment, every bit of knowledge is all kept right here. A dim-witted elf like you would have no hope in handling all that magic, so I am limited to the knowledge I can give to you. If you wish to learn every spell in my repertoire, then you will need to prove to me through practice and training that you are a worthy recipient. I don't know how much time I'll have for training in between keeping the store afloat and dealing with the locals' problems. It's no fault of mine. Perhaps you should have been born with the aptitude to become a magician instead of a menial. You're a menial right now. Come here. What, and allow you to manhandle me again? Absolutely not. Come on, Barnabas. How am I supposed to practice if I'm not allowed to look at you? Ugh, fine. But do not Dogger? Dogger? Is that supposed to be Dogger? My pages? I don't know. Else I'll make good on my promise to turn you into a beetle. With a huff, Barnabas floated towards you, hovering in the air. You lifted a hand and carefully took the cover, before flipping through the pages. While many of the pages were still written in a way you couldn't understand, some pages at the front seemed to suddenly be legible. Do not think that you have gained my trust by any means. If I had hands, they would be on my hips, and I would be giving you the sternest of looks. I am allowing you to peruse my pages only because there is a small chance that somewhere within that pea-sized brain there is a shred of talent. Yeah, you don't trust me, I get it. How do I start? Firstly, as you have no experience in arts whatsoever, I suppose it would be best if you pick one spell to practice. No, actually I should, because let's be frank, your judgment is clearly poor and unreliable. Against my better judgment, I shall alter the contents of my pages to provide a use in your mundane life, as much as it pains me. Okay, Barnabas is fun. Barnabas flipped his pages, then seemingly of his own accord, started glowing with a bright golden light. With this, I have modified the spell Revoltio Obscura, okay? Now, upon successfully casting such a spell, your eyes will have an easier time spotting things that are hidden. If the spell fails, it is because you are, in fact, a worthless and talentless excuse for a human, and nothing to do with my modifications. So it helps me find things. I can think of a few times that could be useful. Yes, well, if that is all, please put me away somewhere. Preferably not near where you kept your filthy undergarments. Wait. You have to teach me how to cast the spell first. Must I? Isn't that your whole point of existence? My point is to hold information, not hold your hand. Figure it out yourself. Fine, but if I accidentally set the store on fire, it's on you. You pulled out the chair at your desk, sat down, then reached out and grabbed Barnabas. Please don't let my pages be burnt. It would be terribly inconvenient. I'll try, but no promises. For real, I don't know what I'm doing and you're not helping me, so that it'd still be on you, my guy. Ignoring him, you started studying the page. It detailed how to cast the spell with various diagrams, drawings, and words. As you read, the letters and images seem to float off the page and into your mind, until finally, everything sunk in. You pulled out a notebook and began scribbling sigils left, right, and center. If this was what magic was, it was going to be a lot easier than you thought. Once satisfied, you put Barnabas back down on the table and pushed the chair back. Time for a little field testing. You placed the notebook down on the ground in front of you, stuck out your hand, and I forgot how to pronounce this. Revelatio Obscura. Nothing happened. Revelatio Obscura. Nothing. With a groan, you tried one more time, waving your arms about wildly. Revelatio Obscura. Utterly hopeless. Shut up. Oh. Shut up. I have this. You are far from having this. Your pronunciation is that of an illiterate stable boy. Try again, slowly this time, if you please. You take a deep breath, feeling the way your lungs filled the air and focused on the spell. I can't say that word though. Is it supposed to be like a reveal? Revelatio Obscura. A lamp in the corner of the room began to flicker on and off, and the hanging plants near the window swayed gently, despite no wind that night. Congratulations, master! You truly are a master of the craft. The world shall tremble before your might. Hey, it worked! Look at that, I did it! Yes, congratulations on making a lamp flicker. That does mean it worked, right? Right? Yes, this sword sticks on a magical ley line. There are often side effects of spell casts here. What spell can I learn next? Huh, what spell, the fledgling asks, as if the entire process was so easy. Please, continue to amuse me. What? I cast it, right? You must practice. Even simple spells are fiendishly difficult, and I will not stand idly by while you butcher them with your lack of skill. When you have more experience, perhaps, then I will teach you another. Perhaps. Okay, jeez. I'll keep practicing whenever I need to find something. Then, okay? Alright? Is that good enough? It would be the smartest thing you've done since I've met you. For now, though, I suddenly feel wiped. Yes, well, casting a spell will drain your magical resources, and until you are more proficient, even the simplest of spells will require a significant focus. Well, I'm too tired for this. I'm going to bed. What should I do with you? I am perfectly capable of looking after myself. Are you capable of yapping less while I try to sleep, or do you need to go back in the drawer? Do not even suggest such a thing. Good night, Barney. Barnabas, not Barney. Close enough. You slipped into bed and shut your eyes, waves and waves of tiredness washing over you. As you drifted off, the last thing you heard was the sound of a disgruntled book complaining. I learned a spell. I'm learning spells now. This game has a lot in it, and I actually am enjoying myself. Searching the attic now has a higher chance of finding items. Yes, we're gonna find more things to sell. Okay, well, we're going on to Saturday in the next episode. I'm excited. We still haven't met the other person, so there's still more than this demo. And it's probably going to be until day 7, so there's probably going to be at least maybe 2 more episodes. Maybe. Anyway, thank you so very much for watching this episode. I'm probably not going to be able to edit most of this because this was enjoyable to me. The whole thing. There were so many things that happened. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, and night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see from me. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye!